Death Valley. Welcome to Death Valley, a place where the Earth itself seems to burn. The hottest spot on the planet, where summer temperatures climb past 56 degrees Celsius and the air feels like opening an oven door. It's a land of cracked salt flats, mirages, and heat so intense it warps the horizon. Cars overheat, shoes melt, and even shadows seek shelter. Once, water carved these canyons. Now, only ghosts of rivers remain. The valley earned its name from pioneers who crossed it and never came back. Yet, in this inferno, life persists, tiny lizards darting between rocks, cacti clinging to survival. The silence here is heavy, pressing on your chest like the desert sun. Stand still too long, and you might hear it, the hiss of the wind that sounds suspiciously like the planet laughing. Death Valley isn't just hot, it's the world's cruel reminder of how fragile life really is. Lake Natron. Lake Natron looks like a portal, human red water, white bones, and air that stings. This lake doesn't welcome life, it preserves death. Its surface can reach 60 degrees Celsius, and the water is alkaline enough to burn skin. Birds crash into the mirrored sky, mistake water for heaven, and calcify into statues overnight. Flamingos survive only because they nest on salt islands, dancing on razor edges. Natron's chemistry, sodium carbonate and baking soda, mummifies anything foolish enough to linger. The shore smells like a pharmacy open in hell. Even the wind carries a bitter taste. Step wrong and your footprints turn to crust. Stay longer, and so do you. Photographers love the beauty. Scientists love the data. The lake loves stillness. Here, time hardens. My kind has watched deserts drink rivers, but Natron drinks light. It turns flight into sculpture and motion into myth. If Death Valley is heat, this is spellwork. A quiet alchemy that swaps blood for salt and memory for stone. Respect the surface, human. It smiles back. Do not test it with bravado. Chemistry outvotes courage. Leave offerings of caution, take nothing, and leave quickly, before beauty bargains. Mount Everest. Mount Everest, the roof of the world, or a frozen graveyard wearing a crown of ice. Up here, death doesn't arrive with drama, it just waits. The air holds 1/3 the oxygen of sea level. Breathing feels like inhaling through a straw made of glass. Temperatures drop below -40, and storms can erase visibility in seconds. The mountain is littered with climbers who never came down, bodies preserved by the cold, turned into landmarks. Green boots, sleeping beauty, names whispered with respect and warning. Even reaching base camp is dangerous, a place where ambition starts to feel like a disease. Everest isn't climbed, it's negotiated, and the mountain always wins the final argument. Sherpas risk their lives each season to guide those who think they can defy gravity and luck. From above, the peak looks peaceful, almost sacred. From below, it's a monument to overconfidence. And the wind? It doesn't howl, it judges. The higher you go, human, the smaller you feel. Everest doesn't kill you for arrogance. It just watches until you stop moving. Danakil Depression. If Death Valley is the Earth's furnace, the Danakil Depression is where it leaks. A landscape so extreme, it makes volcanoes look shy. Located in northern Ethiopia, it sits 125 meters below sea level, one of the lowest, hottest, and most toxic places on Earth. The ground itself breathes poison. Pools of neon acid bubble beside volcano vents that spit sulfur like angry dragons. Temperatures reach 50 degrees Celsius daily, and the air smells like rusting metal mixed with rotten eggs. Even the rocks here are deceptive, crusted with colors that look alive. NASA studies this place because it mimics other planets. Some scientists call it the gateway to Mars. Others just call it a nightmare. Despite that, AFAR miners work here daily, carving salt blocks from the earth like chiseling gold from a wound. They call it home. The Karuja calls it a dare. If hell needed a summer resort, this would be it, complete with steam, acid, and a breathtaking view of nothing. Humans visit for adventure. The earth watches and takes notes. Snake Island. There's an island off Brazil's coast where even death hesitates to land. Ilha da Queimada Grande, better known as Snake Island. Every square meter here hides a serpent, and not just any snake. The golden lancehead, one of the deadliest vipers alive. Its venom melts flesh faster than fire burns paper. Legend says the island was cursed, but the truth is worse, it evolved in isolation. New predators, new humans, just snakes thriving like nature's uninvited royalty. The Brazilian Navy forbids visitors, and for once, that rule isn't bureaucracy, it's mercy. Some smugglers still sneak in, chasing black market venom, worth more than gold. Most never come back. Birds avoid it, helicopters don't hover, and even storms seem to dodge the coastline. Locals swear you can hear hissing carried by the wind, like whispers warning fools to stay away. Humans dream of paradise, the earth occasionally builds its opposite. And Snake Island? It's the fine print on nature's contract, proof that beauty can bite. Chernobyl. Chernobyl isn't a ghost story, it's a warning that never stopped glowing. In April 1986, the reactor exploded, and humanity learned what happens when arrogance meets physics. The blast released radiation 400 times stronger than Hiroshima. Firefighters arrived with no protection, trying to fight an invisible enemy. They didn't last long. Today, the city of Pripyat stands frozen in time, Ferris wheels rusting, classrooms full of gas masks, silence so thick it hums. Wolves and boars now roam the ruins, thriving where humans can't. Nature, it seems, heals faster than memory. Tourists visit in hazmat suits, chasing selfies with decay, pretending the danger is gone. But the Geiger counter disagrees. Some call Chernobyl a monument to disaster. I call it a mirror. Look closely, human. You'll see ambition dressed as progress and denial pretending to be control. The radiation may fade, but the arrogance that caused it still burns. The planet forgets nothing, it just waits for the next spark. Mariana Trench. If Earth had a mouth, it would be the Mariana Trench, a black scar on the Pacific floor that swallows everything, even light. Nearly 11 kilometers deep, it's deeper than Mount Everest is tall. Down there, pressure crushes metal like paper, temperatures hover just above freezing, and sunlight hasn't touched it in millions of years. Yet, something moves. Cameras sent to the bottom capture strange, translucent shapes, creatures that look more like ideas than animals. They drift through eternal night, feeding on the rain of dead things falling from above. Humans, of course, couldn't resist sending machines there, as if the abyss owes us answers. It doesn't. Only a few people have ever seen the bottom in person. Most came back silent. The rest came back changed. The Karuja has flown above volcanoes and deserts, but this is the Earth's heartbeat, slow and ancient. The deeper you go, human, the louder it gets. Some say the ocean hides its secrets. I say it buries them alive. Oymyakon. Welcome to Oymyakon, Siberia, the coldest inhabited place on Earth. Here, minus 50 degrees Celsius is just a bit chilly. Cars are never turned off because the engines freeze solid. Schools close only when the mercury dips below minus 55. Even vodka turns slushy. Your breath crystallizes before you finish a sentence, and your eyelashes can freeze shut mid-blink. Once, this place was a stop for reindeer herders. Now, it's home to a few hundred humans who laugh in the face of frostbite. Or maybe they're just too frozen to frown. Livestock sleep indoors, and food has to be sawed instead of sliced. Tourists come for selfies, but cameras die before the first one's taken. The Karuja once asked a local why they stay. He said, because it's ours. That's the thing about extremes, they don't scare everyone. Some people see hell and start building homes. And in Oymyakon, hell just happens to wear snow. See you in the next video? If aliens ever decided to visit Earth, Socotra Island would convince them they'd already arrived. Floating off the coast of Yemen, this place looks less like a tropical paradise and more like a rejected level from a video game. The sky burns blue, the sand glows white, and the tree. If you made it all the way here, don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, hit the bell, and tell me in the comments which deadly place do you think is the most terrifying on Earth. Who would dare to visit it?